Thank you very much. I hope everybody had a great lunch. And my name is Philipp. I'm working with Gnosis, and I'm going to talk about payments. And you might be curious, why payments, right? Big topic. Payments were actually the title of the Bitcoin white paper, right? What Bitcoin was setting out to do was actually peer-to-peer payments. And I don't think we are there yet. If you ask Bitcoiners, they would probably give you an answer that Bitcoin is for payments. If not, you can use Lightning, but it's not really there yet. We can pay with crypto to some extent. There is like these, for example, an FTX crypto card. What? FTX? Oh, it was probably a bad idea, right? No, they still exist, and I think they were really the first step, but I think this talk should introduce what we are working on, which is a payment network that I believe is a first step into, actually already in this area where you can pay with crypto tokens on-chain. But to give you a little bit of background, I guess we'll take a minute and see where Gnosis started. I think most of you here or listening, they are probably aware of Gnosis Safe, now Safe, which started born out of this prediction market project, the first project of Gnosis, which ended up spinning out of Gnosis, right? Its own project, now securing like over 100 billion worth of tokens, similar to CowSwap, which also spun out of Gnosis, right? A lot of different projects are still within Gnosis DAO. But the main ones we should talk about are probably Gnosis Chain and Gnosis Pay, which is the black infinity. No, but Gnosis Chain, the first one, probably very interesting because it's a sister chain of Ethereum. Fun fact, it's actually the only one that there's, I think, some issues with the display. Or is it just me seeing a black display from time to time? Just now there was a black display. I guess I can try again and continue and see if it works. If it keeps on becoming black, we figure something out. But no, I think just a quick point about Gnosis Chain, sister chain of Ethereum. Pretty much the third chain after Bitcoin and Ethereum in numbers of validators. So that's pretty much the goal of being very decentralized. I think you're getting an idea with Safe, CowSwap, and the stuff we do at Gnosis that it's kind of the philosophy. And that's the same philosophy with our payments. And there comes Gnosis Pay. And speaking about payments, what is actually the challenge? Like, why doesn't a peer-to-peer cash payment system actually exist? It keeps getting black, but I'll just continue, right? I think there's a couple of random points. There's probably much more. But some of you probably already paid with crypto. That might be with some FTX card or something similar. But to be honest, like how many of you have paid with crypto on-chain out of your wallet? Like even myself, I remember maybe like 2 or 3 times to some friends, right? And even they would say like, why are you sending me crypto? It's not that easy. And part of it is probably account abstraction is near, but it's close by, but it's starting, and I think it might be interesting later on. Existing payments. So if we talk about real world payments, right? Visa, MasterCard. If you go to the Family Mart here next door, they actually pay a huge fee. They are somewhat locked into the existing payment schemes. It's not that easy to change for them to accept, I mean, crypto out of your wallet, right? Nobody would expect to be able to pay with Bitcoin going to the Family Mart. And they're kind of looking at demand for sure, right? There probably won't be a lot of people outside of us paying with crypto. So what would we need to do to be able to pay with crypto non-custodially directly at a shop? Well, for now, we talked about the FTX card, right? The similar crypto cards in a custodial way that exists today. A lot of you would probably maybe even get paid in crypto. They go to a centralized exchange, on-ramp, off-ramp, send the money out of the exchange to a bank account and then pay, right? Just to go to the Family Mart and pay. It's a little bit complex, but where we need to go, of course, is being able to pay with your wallet, right out of your wallet. The question is, how can we achieve that? And what we did at Gnosis is basically, well, instead of asking people to pay directly out of their wallet, we look where can we integrate with the traditional payment rails, while still being able to hold crypto as a user in your wallet. And we have to look at the traditional payment, how traditionally payment works, right? Visa, MasterCard, there's a long process, a lot of new words like when you tap the card at the payment terminal, there's going to be a gateway involved. The acquiring bank is the bank for Family Mart, for example. And there's a scheme like Visa and the issuer bank, which would be my bank. I used to have my Visa or MasterCard with, which is an old system which takes a lot of money that you actually pay because Family Mart or another shop would just pay that, put that 1, 2 to 7% on top of any goods they sell. Now what we do, again, we plug in. And this is probably the most interesting part here. Because at Gnosis Pay, we built the Gnosis card, which is a Visa card, which is a Visa debit card, that actually controls a safe on-chain, on Gnosis chain, in which your stablecoins live. And every time you tap the card, still at an ordinary payment terminal in any shop that supports Visa, your tokens are sent at that very moment out of your safe to the payment processor. And then everything Visa sees and the banks see and the shop actually receives in the end is just traditional fiat, while you still keep control of your funds at any point in time. And that sounds pretty straightforward, but it's actually kind of complex. And before we get how complex it is or what we can get out of this complexity, maybe that means that you control your funds at any moment in time. You can actually set a limit, a daily limit, on-chain, on your safe. Everything is on Gnosis chain, and when you pay, you don't pay a gas fee, right? You don't even need to notice. If you give the card to your parents to pay with at Family Mart, they don't need to know it's actually crypto. They don't need to ask weird questions. And because it's on safe with Gelato, the tokens are sent out of your safe. And at the same time, you can on-ramp with 0 fees, we are getting to this, on and off-ramp from your card directly, or you bridge to a Gnosis chain. For example, with Li-Fi. In the end, Gnosis card is our first product, right, to get to this bigger vision of peer-to-peer payments. With Gnosis Pay being this open network, and people actually already building on it. Aside from people paying with it, we had a hackathon where people built solutions on that safe that lives on Gnosis chain. Again, it's just a safe working with Gelato. There's 2 modules, safe modules attached to it that allow you, for example, to set a daily limit, again on chain. So I can build stuff on top of it. I imagine people will build like a reward program to send POAPs to people that spend a lot of money with their credit card, right? Debit card. And in the background, everything non-crypto, we also take care of all the compliance KYC that Visa expects you to do. In the end, we get this long process that I mentioned with a lot of moving parts involved, a lot of companies. I would say that's probably not even half the companies that we work with here. But essentially, when you get a card, you do KYC, you actually get an IBAN, similar to when you get a bank account. With that IBAN, you can send money in euros to your personal IBAN. That immediately gives you mints stablecoins into your safe on Gnosis chain that you can access with your card to pay. More to that in a minute. And there's more in the background, like other services doing KYT and so on. And Then you tap the card at the terminal and you pay. That's the card. And now to the on-off ramp, maybe just a minute because it seems very interesting that we're working with Monerium, and then we built a tool. It's basically a web app with an integration of Li-Fi fork bridge that lets you choose how to on-ramp to your card. Again, the card is on-chain. You can on-ramp to that euro token that you use to pay for now with Monerium or pretty much anyway. So you can use any bridge to a Gnosis chain. And you can also use Monerium. When you do KYC for the Gnosis Pay card, you do also KYC for Monerium, which is this regulated company in the EU that issues a stablecoin, very similar to other like legit stablecoin providers. They have a British pound and a euro stablecoin, and they have like the specific feature that when you sign up, they give you a personal IBAN. Again, that means you can send euros, and when you send euros to your personal IBAN, or somebody pays you into your personal IBAN, that automatically mints euro tokens on chain into your safe. For 0 fee, get 10 euros in, 10 euro tokens out. That also means you can do fun stuff. Everything being on-chain and non-custodial means you can do stuff like Mark did here, which is getting your monthly salary in, or which is getting money from or getting tokens, any kind of token, from validation, from proof of stake validation, onto your card. Off-ramping works in a similar way where this small video shows you how you would in URAMP, which we actually just published like 3 days ago, connect to Monerium, choose an amount of token you want to move from your wallet or from Gnosis Chain in general, or from your Gnosis Pay account to your bank account, so the other way around. And it's just 2 transactions. One is on-chain, and the next one is to your bank from Monerium. So you end up first with a euro token, stablecoin, and then you end up with euros in your bank account. And that's real time. And that's the last transaction to end up with euros. This is Gnosis Pay. This is pretty much the first product, the Gnosis Pay card. And a lot of people have been sending us images of them paying for a croissant, or some people gambling, as if that's not possible on-chain. But yeah, it's loading. We only published the first Gnosis cards a couple of weeks ago. So people are slowly starting to receive their cards. They are available in the EU, Switzerland, and the UK for now. But they're slowly starting to actually pay for stuff, which makes Satoshi happy. And we're also talking to wallets and other crypto companies. So if you're interested, you can have your custom Gnosis Pay card. And then to summarize, there's a lot of moving parts. And I think that's kind of the reason why it took so long. You had a lot of these crypto cards like FTX card. But to actually get there, to have a card where you store your tokens on-chain, and every time you pay, you actually pay in with tokens in a real shop, and nobody looks weirdly at you. That took a lot of time and a lot of people coming together in different companies. And I think we're proud that we achieved this. If you have any questions, I'm around. And there's also our website. I think we also have some time to take questions from the crowd. So please go ahead. Any questions?
Which exchange supports direct withdrawals to Gnosis? Because I tried to do this whole thing, but I had to buy Gnosis on MEXC because it's banned in Europe, right? Binance and a few exchanges. I had to send it to Ethereum. Then from Ethereum, I had to bridge to Gnosis. No, I had to buy XDAI, I think, and then send that to Gnosis. It was quite a tough process, I would say.
Yep. So that's, I think, first good feedback right now. There's like 2 or 3 ways how to get started with your Gnosis card, right? How to charge it up. And I think we did a bad job of putting that on the website and explaining what the best way is. So people are like, I'm on Coinbase, and then what do I do? But like a good way is just from an exchange, and then after that, like to like ETH or something else, and then bridge. And bridge swaps just use Li-Fi, for example, or Bungee. Now we have this website just for this purpose, but we just published it 3 days ago, so that's now for you. Another way, of course, is Monerium, right, which is also on the Euroimp website, which means you can, if you have a European bank account or British pound, you can just mint within like seconds. We saw it on a video. The Euro stablecoin, which is the one you use, which is the first stablecoin we use for the pay card to pay with right now. So it should become easier to charge up your card, yeah.
If not, then yeah, thank you, Philipp.
Thank you, everybody.